We will start with analyzing your games. I usually take the games where my students lose because I get most of it, like excitement and joy to see how other people lose.
Well, we have plenty to choose from. It's going to be scary.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're now joined by Thallo, the one and only Thallo. So, how are you doing?
Doing good. Excited to get some much needed coaching.
Is that the first time you're getting coached, so you already have some experience?
No, this is my one and only coaching session so far. So hopefully,
Wow, what an
I'm
honor.
sure there's a lot to improve.
Okay, let's go.
So this is what I learned last week from a YouTube video. A 10-minute YouTube video is I learned how to play the Caro-Kann.
That's my favorite opening, the one and only that I have been playing for the last 10 years, I guess.
Oh, then I'm in the right play. That's amazing. All right,
Yes.
Fantastic.
So here you're playing knight f6, already mistake.
Okay.
The whole idea of this is to take the pawn. Either he takes us or we take him.
Okay.
So main moves here for white are take on d5, capture on d5, e5 to avoid.
Yep.
Or knight c3 to protect.
And if he leaves the pawn, I'm like always supposed to take pretty much, right?
That's the idea. That's the strategical idea behind it, because there is a center, and center is the most important thing on the board. There is a small center, there is a big center. Both are important. In the small center, the more pawns you have, the better it is. So here, if you look at this, white has an advantage because he has 2 pawns in the center, while black has only 1. That's why you do want to exchange this pawn.
Yep.
Because 2 pawns like this connected are super strong. They take control of the whole board. Knight f6 no one plays. Another reason why no one plays it, because there is e5 attacking the knight, and now look at the space. White is already in our camp. And this means, once again, white is better. So bishop d3. Now question to you. You play here bishop g5. I don't like this move. I don't like it.
I also don't like this move.
Do you have any idea why this move is not that beautiful?
Yeah, that's a terrible move. I think I was literally just going for like a super quick gimmick win and hoping he would hang his queen or something.
Being dirty again.
Yeah, this was literally like, let's see if he just messes up and I can win in 30 seconds and get out the door.
Yeah, you should have taken. Same old thing. Yeah, well, you chose Caro-Kann. But the thing is that Caro-Kann has a lot of theory to remember. I'm not 100% convinced that this is a good opening for beginners, to be honest.
My thought process on it was, if I'm gonna learn something, I would rather struggle at first to have it be good, months from now, since that's more of my goal for chess, rather than like just be immediately mediocre. Learn something that I can struggle with and then build on. So hopefully I sort of want to stick to it for that reason, but if there's something you strongly recommend that's going to be easier, we can certainly look at it.
In this Caro-Kann, there are different lines. For example, if we go here, the main, like knight c3, the main line goes here, and there are 20 more moves in the theory.
That is a lot.
Honestly, 20
I will certainly
more.
never remember that.
Yeah, only in one single line. When he pushes, once again, yeah, you need to know the plan, like you put e6 and then you play c5, but still a lot of theory. So I do not want to make you change your mind, but it's true that Caro-Kann might not be the best opening for beginners.
Yeah. One of the reasons that I did sort of like it is the complexity of this position. When like this plays out normal, and you start to attack that d pawn, a lot of times you are able to create a weakness with the e5 pawn for white, because there's like so much theory that neither side really knows it, and you can just sort of start to attack the d4 pawn and eventually usually get it with a trade that doesn't protect the e5 pawn, and then this pawn ends up hanging.
Yeah. That could be true. That is the right plan. Yeah, that's the right plan. So yeah, here you need to remember that you take. Here there are 2 moves. Either bishop f5 with 20 moves of the theory, or knight f6. Knight f6, less theory, but depends on what you take with.
Bishop. So in that position that you have, I'll always do bishop because I don't like doubling my pawns that early, even on the king side if it's protected.
Okay, knight g3. Where will you play here?
I mean, I want to just drop the bishop.
That's the right move. You're right. That's the right move.
And then I would just go like that.
The right move is indeed with h-pawn, but not on h5.
Just h6?
Yes, h6. Yeah, okay, let's see, knight f3.
At my level, I would bring out the queen only because I don't think people do a very good job attacking it. But that might be terrible. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, you should never develop your queen in the beginning of the game. Do you know how, like, the three major parts of the game, how are they called?
Like the opening, middle game, and end game?
Yeah, that's correct. Now we're speaking about the opening. When does the opening finish?
That I don't know. I would assume after, like, a certain number of pieces, or once you leave theory.
What's the first thing you do in the opening? There's three things, actually, that you do in the opening. First thing is that you take the center with your pawn.
Okay.
Second thing is that you develop. What do you develop?
Your minor pieces.
You develop your minor pieces, and the third step of the opening, any opening?
I don't know.
Try to think. Like, what is a very important thing that you do in the openings?
Castle?
Yeah, you bring your king to the safer place. So these are three major things that are the most important in the opening. So you take the center. Yeah.
You can tell from how bad I was at even answering that third part that is a major weakness I have. I get very greedy and try to pressure before I castle, and that causes me a lot of losses.
Yeah, that's also maybe because you're like, you always look for tricks. But chess is not about tricks.
I rush and try to apply pressure even if there's not openings, for sure.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Chess is not about tricks. Yeah, so you basically need to change the attitude to always respect your opponent and expect from him the strongest move. And then, of course, he will do the mistakes. It's just because
Does that mean I shouldn't just use the Vienna Gambit as my only opening for white?
Again, it's on your level. It's not about the end game or the opening that match. It's about you blundering the piece in one move.
Yes, I agree.
So everything will come eventually to tactics, but you need to choose the right approach. You can choose the right approach from mostly any opening. So your chess style looks to me like as if you were a very, very beginner poker player trying to just raise wherever you can and just always pretend you have the best cards, which is not the case.
I play a different type of poker. I play a game called PLO, and the type of poker I play is all about equity denial. So aggression is like extremely important. People aren't able to protect their hands as much like they are no limit hold'em or what most people play. So you have to be very, very aggressive. And yeah, looking at this, it definitely looks like I'm trying to play chess that way. Probably not great.
No. Yeah, in chess you need to be little bit more calm, little bit more wise, and a little bit more tricky, but long-term tricky, you see?
I think the problem is, as a poker player, if I make a lunatic play and I'm caught bluffing, I lose a bunch of money. In a chess game, if I make a lunatic play and I'm caught bluffing, I just click resign and go to the next game. So it's like, it's very appealing. I get to get my lunatic bluffs out of my system in chess.
Yeah, so first of all, wherever you win or lose in chess, you won't get any money. And secondly, you will not be able just to click on the button resign and go to the next game when playing in the Joker's Gambit.
Correct, exactly. That's what I completely agree, which is why I'm really glad we're doing this and I'm working on playing correctly as opposed to just spewing all over the place. Terrible moves.
Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. This was extremely helpful. Thank you so much for taking the time to go through this with me. It helps to see how outrageously poorly I'm playing in some spots and that I really do need to slow down. Chess is not really a game that you can just throw pieces forward and hope for the best.
No, definitely you cannot.
It's really funny. So I do some poker coaching and people will make bets sometimes. And one of my most common things that I ask them is like, can you tell me the purpose of this bet? Like, what in your mind is the purpose of your action here? And I see in chess a lot of the time I am making moves that really do not have an explainable purpose. Like I'm just making the moves. I need to keep some of my own advice in mind. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it. Hopefully if we do this again, I'll have some much better games to show.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Congratulations again on the great title Tuesday, and yeah, have a good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, see you soon. Have an amazing evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Should I have told him that the title Tuesday, amazing title Tuesday, was not that amazing after all? Damn it. I did all that. What did I do? I cannot stand this. It's horrible. I mean, 2 points out of 11. I lost all my games. All my games. So yeah, the title Tuesday was totally amazing.